My name is Nahre. I'm a pianist composer, and I'd like to bring you along with me as I learn more about Argentine tango. I come from the classical music tradition, and periodically I spend time immersing myself in a new genre. What attracts me to tango is the emotional quality of the music and its unique pacing. It's fiery yet a bit restrained, rigid yet flexible, and very balanced. For this video, I got to speak with many tango specialists, and if you stick around until the end, you can hear a piece I wrote as a tribute to this whole experience. That is necessary, somewhere. Of the many different types of tangos, Argentine tango is one of the original forms of the dance and music, and in order to understand its roots, it helps to get a picture of the developing scene in Argentina throughout the 19th and 20th centuries. Its capital city, Buenos Aires, exploded in population as immigrants rushed in from all over the world. This created a melting pot of cultures, including those from Africa, Spain, Italy, England, Poland, and Russia. As the traditional dances from all of these different cultures mixed together, the earliest forms of tango came to being. This is why the tango has elements of traditional European polkas, waltzes, Polish mazurkas, Cuban habaneras, and candombe rhythms from Africa. Understanding the social culture and dance is crucial to understanding the core of tango.
El baile del tango promueve la proximidad entre los seres humanos.
The roots are very social, and it's in some way kind of an intuitive dance.
The key is to get that connection between the brains of two people, and you've got to decide one of them has got to lead and one of them has got to follow.
We need a fixed structure for play to dancers that use a choreography. If the dancer don't use a choreography, you don't need fixed structure.
Pensemos que el tango es un jardín, o fue un jardín, con flores, donde las mismas, ¿cómo pasa en la naturaleza? ¿Cómo nacen nuevas flores? Un día cae una bomba en ese jardín, pasa una topadora.
We organize tango in tango, milonga, and vals. Every person has a different point of view about this. Mainly you have like two styles, the social dance and the stage tango.
Something that sticks out to me is that there's a certain kind of intensity behind each note. When you think of the straight quarter notes, there's a lot behind it. There's a lot of fire, elegance, restraint, and this desire that you can feel. And that's what makes it tango. And this kind of thing is really hard to pick up from just looking at a score.
And almost like percussive. I'm playing that, I'm doing this with my feet.
We don't have a unique way to play tango. We have a lot of ways, and we need to combine and to know different ways. Only marcato cuatro.
Just 4 equally accented quarter notes. It's very simple, really.
Marcato in 2.
And then you have another one that we call it syncopa. 2 eighth notes, quarter note rest, quarter note rest. Usually the arranger can go to town, like changing the order or changing, keys. Usually what you do is you do the song as pure as you can at the very beginning, and then when you have to repeat the A or something like that, you allow yourself a little more elaboration.
Do you also improvise when you're playing tango?
You can improvise when playing tango, but it's just in very narrow spaces. Tango never took that step towards improvisation that jazz did. And you can improvise some ornaments. It's more like Baroque improvisation, if anything.
We have the rhythmic melodies and the expressive melodies. La comparsita, jump, 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 with a lot of articulations. We have another word, acaricia mi el sueño, El suave murmullo de mi suspirar. El día que me quieras, you know? Okay, that is a not rhythmic melody. It's a expressive melody, you know?
The harmonies and structures found in traditional tangos are not very different than the basic chord progressions found in many European folk songs, waltzes, polkas, and just pretty much many other genres. Many are based around the typical pillars of tonal harmony. The push and pull between the tonic and dominant are usually clearly present, as you can hear. In general, you'll find two types of arrangements: the larger Orquesta Típica and the smaller ensembles with the guitar.
They have different rules because the guitar is not part of the Orquesta Típica.
One instrument closely related to tango music is the bandoneon, which is currently one of my favorite instruments.
Another cliche would be to say that the bandoneon is like the soul of tango.
This was invented in 1854 in Germany to play religious music. It used to be called bandoneon, and I understand that very many sailors play this instrument, and that's the reason how it got to Argentina, and they started playing this instrument in the houses. But the Italian accordion players quickly adapted this instrument to play tango because it had a very sad sound. It had like a velvet sound. The accordion has like a happy sound, and this instrument has really nothing happy in it.
So of course, when talking about modern tango, we must mention Astor Piazzolla.
Piazzolla, it's my favorite. Some people might say he's not tango. To me, it's tango.
My window into the music was Piazzolla. He lived in New York for a little while, and he studied with Nadia Boulanger in Paris and such. So he started doing a lot of modal stuff, and that was a revolution for tango because tango is super tonal.
What first got me into tango music was Astor Piazzolla as well. His music is performed often by classical musicians, but I think a lot of times the interpretation of his music is a bit misinformed.
One tango tip I'm going to give for all classical musicians out there. If you have 4 quarter notes that resemble walking bass on the left hand, these are never staccato. So it's kind of drummy in a way. The moment you start doing like, you lose all the groove.
Halfway into this journey, I started writing my tribute piece to tango, combining elements of what I've been learning, as well as my personal style of composition. So I came up with this theme while playing around on 2 MIDI keyboards. I was really looking for a melody that is singable, somewhat danceable, and can be elaborated on. And dotted notes seem pretty appropriate for tango, so I included plenty of those, as well as, of course, a lot of straight marcato quarter notes and syncopation. From there, I did some improvisation on the piano just to try out potential directions for the piece. Modern music. We have a lot of work to do. I don't know if it should be or... So writing it was way more straightforward than understanding the best way to perform it. Which brings me now to articulations and expression. This is what seems to me the most fundamental component behind what makes something sound like tango or not.
If I play El Choclo in that way, all the notes equal, like... That's good, are the notes, but this is not a tango. You need to put accents.
Can you do it one more time?
Tango, tango,
Tango.
tango. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
There's something special about the tempo as well. Whether it's fast or slow, there's a lot of confidence and poise behind it.
Tango can be fast, but it's never rushed. Since we don't have drums, the tempo is very flexible.
The tempo is like a big gelatin.
If they speed up and slow down too radically, it's just hard to keep the connection. It's going to be annoying to dance to. If they're too mechanical, again, they're not danceable.
Here's a little experiment that I started many months ago with Beethoven's Diabelli Variations. Because Beethoven loved tango. I just thought that his theme from his Diabelli Variations could be a nice starting point to try applying different rhythmic and harmonic concepts. I'm just using that, so as you can see, very simple. About 6 months ago, I wrote this very bare bones arrangement. Okay, so it's really basic, but the key point here is that I compress the notes so that there is a dotted rhythm present now. And now fast forward to today, I did another pass at this using some of the things that I learned. Still not that close, but maybe closer. Now I especially made sure to add a lot more variety. Point, I started putting a lot of the things that I've been learning into practice, which was helping me understand how to better pace the performance of my piece. I read through some excerpts of traditional tangos. Here's one that Pablo arranged, and I continue to listen to a lot of music from the different eras and styles of tango, as well as some that are mixed in with other genres. I was really just having fun immersing myself in this world for a bit, and I think these things helped me finish writing my tango. Yes! And now I'd like to finally share with you my piece for solo piano called First Tango.
I really like it. The first part I can dance it without knowing the music. The second part was difficult, sorry. I couldn't continue. I really imagining in this part is like something that I see on the stage, that the music that I can see dancing in a stage.
Thank you to all of the wonderful musicians and dancers that helped me make this video. More information about them will be in the description, and a special thank you to all of my patrons on Patreon. Thank you all for watching and sharing this video, and if you'd like to see more like this, check out my genres playlist where I've previously covered genres like bossa nova, flamenco, pop, and bebop.